Happy birthdays as well. You always find the latest courtyard permanent solution. Out of the box.
Hello and welcome to Radio Waves by Todderbert. If you enjoy reviews, comparisons, band scans of new and classic portable radios, then make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss any of my most excellent videos. In front of us is the Sony ICF-F10. This is an AM/FM classic all-analog portable radio. During this video, I'm performing an evening medium wave band scan, but first we'll go over features, signal to size comparison, and then we'll start cruising the evening band. So it is the F10, donated to the channel by Kid Radio. Thank you, sir. You're awesome. It's an interesting radio, very different. But hopefully it'll be good on AM band because I've had great results during the day. I assume it's going to be awesome in the evening. So let's take a look at features of the Sony ICF-F10. Now you can find this on eBay selling for $40 to $50 used, which seems kind of high, a little pricey. New in the box or mint is around $80 to $100. So it looks like a pretty basic radio for that kind of money. Don't know if it's worth that, but people are paying that. So just want to give your attention. If you do like the radio, I do have some links in the paid link section down below. I'm an eBay partner, so I do earn commission on qualifying purchases and no additional cost to you. Rockin, you buy one, a few pennies goes into my bank account, and I can buy more to showcase. This one, of course, is donated, but maybe there's other models out there. I know there's a TV one, and there's one with an AC cord. This one's battery operated and no TV band. So feature-wise, left-hand side, you can see the plastics are just very basic. Probably the most basic radio I've ever reviewed. Spot for a carry strap. Going to the front of the radio, we have Sony emblazoned there, and it's raised up, which is a nice touch. We have an interesting speaker grill. It looks kind of funky. We have a 2.9 centimeter, or about 3.5 inch speaker behind there. Vertical dial, which is nice. Now, the nice thing about this dial is it has log scale in the middle, and our accuracy is pretty dead on the AM circuit. So when I'm looking there, I'll probably still use my Skywave to frequency check, but I'll know where I'm at, which is nice. Dead on accuracy on AM. FM, it's not as great as far as overall. It's about an average performer on FM, but AM medium wave is where it's at. Nice white indicator, 2-band. Interesting thing, another color combination is silver, black, and gold. Maybe for a different market. I don't think the US market would be all a fan of this, but if that was black, probably more of a seller point here. But interesting how they chose those colors. All right, tuning knob on the front, very handy. Volume control right there. Right hand side, we have earphone jack, single ear only. Yeah, old school. We have an on switch here to AM or FM. So there you go. Top of the radio, we have a spot for the carry strap, as you can see on both sides. And of course, we have our whip antenna. Recesses nicely. Got a finger spot there to grab it. And that extends out to 26 inches. Help you with your FM reception. Going to the back, there's a little divot. Kind of like a little handle, but not much. Just ever so slight. Just a little something. Not much written here. There you go, Sony ICF-F10. It runs on 2 D-cell batteries, giving you a total of 200 hours on FM and 220 hours on AM. Not bad at all. Back there you can see the back of the speaker magnet through the vented area. Nice. And little molded in feet at the bottom. So the thing stands up beautifully. Alright. Let's do a quick size comparison. Start cruising the band here. See what I have to my left. I always have a little pocket handy. Let's see if I got him. Here he is. So that's the current time, 11:20. That's p.m. Central Daylight Time. I'm near Chicago, Illinois, USA, for the sake of the band scan. So my locals will be Chicago stations, and of course, other stations could be as far away as Denver or New York City. It's pretty awesome. So there we got that. My frequency checker of choice will be the Skywave 2. Nice digital. I can find out where I'm at. Kind of match it up to the radio if I get lost on the dial, which can happen in the evening because it's loaded full of frequencies. Yeah, AM, FM, weather, airband, shortwave, sea crane. Yeah, gives you an idea for size. And then we have deck of cards if you don't have those 2 radios. Iron Man, he's the man with the master plan. He loves Sony's from Japan land. He's Iron Man. Even though this one's made in China land, Sony's based in Japan. You know what I mean? Sony fanboy for life. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and move that aside. Alright, let's get this turned on. Start cruising the band.
general. You know, he buried the Mueller reports, for example. He didn't prosecute people. Well, maybe he did.
Here's 540 WAUK, Jackson, Wisconsin, 70 miles to the north, 400 watts at night.
Hunter Biden to court race. So, you know, we're seeing the echo of Trump.
People say, well, how come France didn't fight for themselves? Well, if you remember, World War I was 20 years before, and the losses...
Here's 550 KTRS, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles, 5,000 watts to the south-southwest.
World War I, all the husbands, all the fathers died.
And Silver Info Kit. What are you waiting for? Safeguard your money with physical gold and silver before it's too late. That's what I did. Call 855-815-GOLD. 855.
560 WIND, Chicago, The Answer, local.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
Began full construction of the first model, and there have been some hints, although I've heard from other sources that in fact we're keeping the budget fairly flat on this, keeping it below that $1 billion to $1.1 billion
Let's see what this is.
price tag, so we can still buy them.
580 or
But the offset there has been we've lost margin in terms of space or weight on board the ship for future missions. So there is this tension. I want to get back to a more simple course. Again, more Ford, less Ferrari.
So I think this is 570 WNAX, Yankton, South Dakota, 460 miles, 5,000 watts to the west.
Designed in Europe, had a mission control module.
In the series, they certainly have the best in blue paint. And any given night, you can be the second best player. And they need those two guys to play them.
Let's see what we got here.
Because if we were just tripping this thing on having an old school draft, okay, the first two picks might be Kyrie and Luka.
So 590.
After that, the next 6 or 7 are probably...
We'll bring in a passive loop.
There's such a deep team that the thing that
Terk Advantage works really good to help pull in signals. So we can make it stronger.
You put a small guy on. Oh, okay, he can work his way to the mid-range. Or just go with the one. And on the other end, it becomes your big protector.
So it's Sports Talk, it's KXSP, Omaha, Nebraska, 405 miles away, 5,000 watts.
Together, this roster is a team that complements each other.
Nice.
Teaching and taking care of the kids, and looks at you and says, I need some grocery money. And you're like, well, I'll see. Let me see if I can Venmo it over to you. God help you, man.
Man,
God help you.
that's horrible.
It's almost sick. All right.
I say it all the time, and Sam's like, Jade, why?
Country music on CFCO, Chatham, Ontario, 310 miles, 6,000 watts to the northeast.
Plenty of reactions in already. Jane Gold, senior military generals fighting one of their country's leadership, accept dialogue and decrease the chance. It's rare to win a war against the other.
WOI 640, Ames, Iowa, 265 miles, 1,000 watts.
Independent to South Sudan, to Darfur, West, East, many other places in Sudan, and they are, as James.
There we go, 650 WSM, Nashville, Tennessee, 434 miles to the south.
Got double teamed. He popped out to the corner for 3 and made the 3. Like, that's the one thing that the Mavericks don't have. They have chemistry, but they don't know what to do with their role yet. They don't know what to do.
Here's 670 The Score, WSCR, Chicago, home of the Cubs.
Long time, you know, at least I'll lump in Horford, I guess, with Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. Those 3 have been there a long time, and they keep adding pieces. So those 3 know what to do. And then you're not just bringing in like... Severance back.
Unacceptable congestion pricing.
Rated against at work, Patrick Dolan is the experience.
Stop congestion pricing in its tracks. The plan has been largely unpopular in suburban areas in the Hudson Valley and Long Island, where Democrats are desperate to make gains.
So this is...
We talk about this in our address. We call for stress or commitment to public transit and ensuring the Transportation Authority and the funding it needed to complete. Now get this. She goes on in her address. She says,
normally this is stronger station, 700. This is WLW, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles.
Long overdue capital projects, in other words, deferred maintenance. She said that the city's outlook had changed since the
Tweak
plan
that
was
tuning
approved in 2019. Quote, workers were in the office 5 days a week.
Salvage what you can. Bring it to Brian, the cash man. For cash. With gold trading at an all-time high.
Brian, the cash man. Love it. Hey, Brian, I need some cash. I heard you're the cash man. 720 WGN, Chicago.
Located at 16 West Ogden Avenue in Westmont. Call them at 630-969-9600. That's 630-969-9600. Or visit topcashbuyer.com for the highest cash paid. Better visit the cash man at Americash Jewelry and Coin. He's always buying.
Go to foryoursweetheart.com.
Vehicles involved. They got cones across the interstate on the jam cam.
Tune in 24/7 with the Triple Team Traffic Center.
There is a crash on the 285 eastbound ramp.
Your source for Atlanta's traffic.
Inside the perimeter's all jammed up.
95.5 WSB, Atlanta's News and Talk. Live.
That jumped up. Okay, so 750 WSB, Atlanta, Georgia, 630 miles.
WSB.
Atlanta's News and Talk.
Nice. See if I can get zoomer. There it is.
Big Bill Brimsey wants his hands on it. Merlene Johnson with I Gotta Have It, Daddy. On Midnight Blue with the Dirty Blues, the copulating blues.
CFZM 740, Toronto, Ontario, 460 miles to northeast.
Sometimes as well. I'm Ziggy. Welcome to the program if you just joined me.
Through Red Sea, going through.
Or just simply making triple people. A neighbor, a loved one, or even a stranger.
We're often the first to help others. There's no question about it.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
Perhaps it's time.
Yeah, WGR, Detroit, Michigan, 270 miles east.
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, and...
Right, that's what you just said, right? Yes, sir. Okay, so let's say that's accurate. He damn sure wouldn't be the first and he wouldn't be the last. Okay, but that is Listen, Teddy.
These two guys talking here is WABC, New York, New York. 750 miles to the northeast. Nice. New York City. Not coming in great, but okay.
Meanwhile, the American Civil Liberties Union of Wisconsin has filed a federal lawsuit against the city of Milwaukee.
780 WBBM News Radio, Chicago. Local.
The convention will violate First Amendment rights.
Whether we get a permit or not, we are going to be marching that route.
Hold on,
Convention with Malcolm Hoenlein, Conference of Presidents, Major American Jewish Organizations, and we're very fortunate just Mike Lawler, representing the 17th Congressional District of New York.
This should be WCCO 830, Minneapolis, Minnesota, 310 miles to the west. We can verify here with the Skywave 830.
Answer lots of questions. So, Mike, I welcome you.
Sounds better on the speaker.
Awareness Act. Where is it in the U.S. Congress now? Because the House overwhelmingly supported it.
It's the #1 selling testosterone-boosting brand at GNC and Walmart. Do it now, and they'll also send you a...
840 WHAS, Louisville, Kentucky, 300 miles to the southeast.
HAWK to 321-321. That's HAWK to 321-321. These statements have not been evaluated.
Message from Goodwill and the Ad Council. Imagine if Tide disappeared.
Assis à l'horizontale, ça ressemble un peu.
It's new Tide Evo.
Oh.
Oh, Revolution Grand. That's crazy. If you drive.
That is incredible. Wait, how?
It has woven layers of vanishing cleaning power to make stains, odors, and messes disappear.
Whoa, that is wild.
And it is more clean appears.
Oh, that's clean.
Light Evo, so clean, it disappears. Has Colorado rough weather taken a toll on your roof? Don't wait until it's too late. Call Colorado Family Roofing for a free inspection now at 970-GET-ROOF or visit myfamilyroofer.com.
iHeartRadio Earth is here with
850 KOA, Denver, Colorado. As you heard, he mentioned Colorado a few times in his ad. 890 miles to the west.
Avoid foods with excessive packaging. Use reusable cutlery, napkins, cups, bags, and containers. And with...
Je tiens un peu trop avec Keith Richards, qui est un de ses bons amis. Mais Graham Parsons, donc, a enregistré pas longtemps avant de mourir une pièce qui s'intitule Medley from Northern Quebec.
CJBC, 860, Toronto, Ontario.
Il n'a jamais joué au Québec, il est dans le nord du Québec.
You better respect me.
Okay, to his elder, but what 40, almost 40 years old played half a season.
Yeah, not only am I a full 6 months older than him, that makes me a full grade older. When he was a junior, I was a senior.
WWL 870, New Orleans, Louisiana, 865 miles to the south, direct south.
Yeah, well, if you want to go to LeBron's game tonight, he's not one of the cool kids like me.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, like I said, I hope you don't take the Lakers.
Everything from the right to vote could be in peril, but probably not. But all these things need to be considered.
That will happen when Trump is sentenced in a Manhattan courtroom July 11th.
He will, in all likelihood, if he's treated like other convicted.
Here's 880 WCBS, New York, New York, 750 miles.
As well as seeking permission to travel abroad.
Shapiro said the judge could decide to stay.
Bannon's contempt of Congress case and conviction is Carl Nichols,
880 News,
appointed judge on the D.C. District Court.
Here's 890 WLS, Chicago, local. High-pitched whine coming from the camera. Sensitive radio. It picks up RFI really good. I use an incandescent lighting, as you can tell, so when I do my radio scans, yeah, there's no LED interference, which is great. But yeah, be careful of LEDs, little phone chargers, yeah, different things like that. Totally set this thing off.
The judge, Dan, who has dismissed the obstruction of an assembly.
It's going to be very difficult, almost impossible to turn the fat.
Dan, so tell me about Weight Magic Drops.
We have these absolutely amazing Weight Magic Drops.
Sounds like a rebroadcast of Coast to Coast. It's the kind of ads they run.
Also has an exact attitude.
Some music on 940 WAUK. Is that right? No, I said WAUK. WFAW, Fort Atkinson, Wisconsin. I'll remember. It's off the top of my head, that one. Don't have that written down. But yeah, daytime station. Nighttime, pick it up as well. Okay, that music there I think is 990. Let's hear it. Check it with the Skywave. Not sure what they're playing. Bumper music. CBW, Winnipeg, Manitoba. 675 miles. Nice. Northwest. Beautiful.
ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Jaylen Brown went for 22. Jason Tatum went for 16. I know at the end of the day...
1000 WMVP Chicago ESPN Radio.
Conversation. How important is it for Jason Tatum to end up being the guy and being the MVP of the series if they do win it?
I don't think any of that stuff really matters, man. I think that this team, if you look at what Tatum did tonight, I mean, he was in double-double, right? Like, he is not...
You get to something. Something needs to happen. And, of course, all of this is so...
Okay, I think this is 1020 KDKA. I can't hover if it's coast to coast because they copyright their stuff.
That eventually is going to come back in the hunt.
I'm guessing it might be rebroadcast. Yeah, KDKA, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 450 miles to the east.
Video, I appreciate it. Very, very astute commentary, and you're on the front lines, both at the border when you're home and on the front of the energy sector and the damage that's been done by the Biden administration there.
family man. It was the perfect cover to hide behind. I was just like, what in the world is going on? Listen to The Trail on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search The Trail and start listening.
Hello, this is Jordan Rich. Does the thought of retirement leave you feeling adrift, lost in a sea of choices? South Shore Retirement Services.
So we're picking up WBZ, Boston, Massachusetts, 880 miles northeast, right over the Great Lakes. Usually pick them up no problem.
We dive deep to uncover financial opportunities that others may view as problems.
Against the theft of their work, but also incentivized to share it with others. And across race, class, culture.
WHO, 1040, Des Moines, Iowa, 280 miles to the west.
Changed the lives of the writers and the singers forever, making all of them a small fortune. And the song also made the world a better and more beautiful place. There were many other covers of the song, and by some great artists from every musical genre. Eddie Arnold, Billie Holiday, Bing Crosby, Michael Bolton, Michael Bublé, Ella Fitzgerald, Leon Russell, Jackie Wilson, Jerry Garcia, Coldplay, and the Righteous Brothers, Tom Jones, James Brown, and the Zac Brown Band. But one version stands out from all the rest. At the time of his death at 73, on June 10, 2004, Ray Charles averaged 200 concerts a year. Georgia on My Mind was always the crowd favorite. The story of Georgia on My Mind, how it came to be, here on Our American Story.
You got a history lesson right there. Cool.
Dealer for financing details current driver January 2023 based on 2023 Ford image works from Kelly Blue Book. Visit kbb.com for more information.
The thought of my sons growing up without me inspired...
1060 KYW, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles. Nice. It's verified.
I started exercising instead of smoking.
Getting support from friends online kept me on track.
Staying away from alcohol when I was first quitting was key.
Nice strong signal.
Instead of smoking after I ate, I'd get up and take a walk.
Got some religious programming on KAAY, Little Rock, Arkansas, 570 miles to the south.
Absolutely. And George, I'd like to, if we have a moment after...
Here's a coast-to-coast rebroadcast, WTAM, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles. I know it's a rebroadcast because the new one comes on at 12 a.m., and it's not quite that time yet. That's our current time right now. So, yeah.
Took place on March 31st.
So, yeah, Cleveland, Ohio, 345 miles to the east.
And I arrived at the home, and here
comes to access information. The original timeshare cancellation expert. And I'm here to tell you that...
1120 KMOX, St. Louis, Missouri, 275 miles.
Timeshare exit information kit, absolutely free.
This show is over. You can podcast. Yeah, baby. Just search Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon wherever you get your podcasts. Again, just search The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon. Be sure to rate, review, and most importantly, follow.
Thoroughbred Racing is combining its tradition of hands-on care with cutting-edge technology.
I think this is WBBR. I'm just going to verify.
New investments in wearable biometric devices, AI, and advanced imaging.
Nice. So I don't get this too often. Bloomberg Radio, WBBR in New York City, New York. Nice.
And strict enforcement across the board. Every day an ecosystem of care and
the worst of the worst. To put somebody on a cross was unthinkable. The Jews, on occasion, did...
WYLL 1160 Chicago, Hope for Your Life. Local.
The body was the body of a blasphemer because Deuteronomy said, "Cursed is he that hangs on the tree," but they would never crucify.
The U.S. Army and has been sharing a lot of information about covert missions.
Okay, that sounds like Coast to Coast. We'll go up to 1180. I think that's 1180.
and he described seeing giants.
Okay, so 1210, it's getting a little tighter up on the top of the band. 1210 is WPHT, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, 700 miles to the northeast.
So these couple guys.
Now I'm just going to go quickly up the band to the top, and then we'll do final thoughts. Now, it says 1600, but my radio stops around 1670, 1680. Yeah, a lot of small stations competing for space, and of course you could turn the radio like this. You could be here for an hour trying to get one station ID'd. I've done it. That's the magic of discovery.
Daughter-in-law and the new co-chairman of the Republican National Committee said awful.
Go back and do some research. Vatican. And they're all about sacrifice. You know, with the Vatican, you know, it's pretty dark.
I think this is 1510, WLAC, Nashville, Tennessee.
There's a lot of things going on in it. And so...
Coast to coast again.
And now we're sharing an all-new story of betrayal. Justin Rutherford.
Sounds like 1530.
Doctor, father, family man. It was the perfect cover to hide behind.
I was like, what in the world is going on?
Listen to Betrayal on America's #1 podcast network.
People wonder how I know. It's just, you do it all the time. You kind of go by memory, muscle memory. 1530 WCKY, Cincinnati, Ohio, 300 miles to the east.
In a year, $5,000. That's crazy.
And friends to see the new movie, The Firing Squad. The true story about prisoners who find faith in the face of execution and transform their prison in the process. At the movie's conclusion, co-star Kevin Sorbo comes on screen to lead the entire theater in a prayer of commitment to Jesus. More information on free tickets.
Here's KXEL, Waterloo, Iowa, 210 miles to the west.
The chorus at Challenger Intermediate School in Kansas will no longer be allowed to sing religious songs. The students triggered a bunch of atheists when they sang a song that included the lyrics to Amazing Grace. They also sang a spiritual titled, Didn't My Lord Deliver Daniel?
And I didn't really know who I was. And then
okay, that's interesting. I wonder, that's 1630? Nope.
Basketball tickets, certainly when it's the biggest event around. My inner thoughts.
Not sure what I'm on. Oh, it's towards the top. Okay. 1680. Okay, so that would be WPRR, Grand Rapids, Michigan. 140 miles to the east. Nice. So I did get 1680. Nice. Nice.
Learn the language. You want to actually use it.
Music there's KCJJ, The Mighty, 1630, Iowa City, Iowa, 175 miles, 1,000 watts. I thought I'd back it back down as I breezed right through these stations. That music there is CHHJ, Toronto, Ontario, on 1610, 460 miles. Okay, cool. We're done. All right, let's turn it off. So yeah, the Sony ICF-F10 during the night, not bad. I like it. Barely had to use the loop, of course. Usually you don't need it at night unless you're trying to get a fading signal to stay a little stronger. Otherwise, yeah, you don't need a loop. Great radio. I love it. So if you can find one cheap, snag one if you like the style. yeah, it's all analog. That's the beauty of it. You heard how smooth it sounds. Tuning on the front, volume control on the front. And the cool thing too is you turn it on and it's already set to the volume you like and the station you're on. So that is a bonus of having the switch separate from the volume. So yeah, there it is. Hope you enjoyed the video. Give it a big like if you did. If you like the radio, give it a big like. 2, if you like Sony radios and want to see more comparisons, reviews, band scans, hit subscribe to the bell icon, get notified of future reviews and radios. And then 3, comment below what you think about this ICF-F10. I call it classic because the manual I got said it was printed in 1995. So this radio's been out for a while. So I think it was available all the way up to like the 2015, 2016s, right around there. So yeah, I saw it on Amazon for sale. So I don't know if it was like overstock, but an older radio that was still being produced. So interesting, but I believe it's a worldwide radio and very popular. And I'm thinking Eastern countries. So you guys can let me know if you're watching this and you're in the Eastern countries that I'm talking about. And if you have this radio, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in my next video.